Hello, it's Ellie. Hi. Today I have a super quick 10-minute ab workout for you. We'll spend the whole time here down on the mat. Let's get started. You don't need any sort of equipment for this, just your beautiful body and your mat. We'll start in a Navasana, just starting to warm up. This is a really good pose to start engaging the core, the whole core. You can bend your knees if you need, no problem. You can even grab the thighs, or maybe you straighten the legs. Wherever you are, keep the spine long. The belly hugs in, core is tucked, super tight. The front ribs really knit in together at the front. Squeeze and breathe. You can point the toes or flex the feet, up to you. Just a few more seconds here. All right, bring the feet down for a moment, grab the shins, lift the chest, take a little back bend. Reverse your tabletop, plant the hands behind you, lift the hips, and come back down. V-ups are next, coming into your boat pose. Exhale, low boats. Inhale, low boats. Exhale, high boats. We're exhaling on the hardest part of the work. So as you come up, contract everything in towards your midline and lift your legs up. Again, you can lift the legs up into a bent knee boat. You can even place the fingertips behind your hips and use that for support. Beautiful. Sprinters are next. Same idea, except we're working the obliques here. So we'll be bending right elbow to left knee and then left elbow to right knee. And go. I like to keep my legs lifted on the ground, off the ground for this. But if you need, you could bring the legs down. You could touch the toes on the ground wherever you are. As little rounding in the back as possible. Keep your pace up. Make the connection between the knee and the elbow. Don't cheat yourself. Really work the obliques. Work the twist. We've only got 10 minutes here, so push through this whole workout, and you're really going to feel it at the end. Beautiful. Come to a seat. Maybe reverse your tabletop. Dead bugs are next. We're going to make our way onto our back. Bend the knees over the hips. Bring your hands to your thighs. Inhale, extend left leg, left arm. Exhale, bring it back, and then switch sides, extending right arm and right leg. Bring it back and start again from the beginning. If this is too hard for you, you can just straighten the leg out and not extend the arm. Totally up to you. You could also have the hands down by your hips. Wherever you are, the low back presses onto the mat super hard. There's no gap between your spine and the floor. This is how you know you're working the right muscles in this exercise. Okay, take a breather here. Tabletop leg lowers are next. So this time, we'll bring the knees up over the hips. Take a breath in. On the exhale, extend the legs out. Inhale, bend the knees, bring them up, and exhale, stretch out again. So stretching out as you contract. Again, if this is too hard for you, if your low back is coming off the floor, do one leg at a time. Here, the hands will be by the hips. If you notice you're pressing down into the mat too much, you can flip the palms up. Working the belly, squeezing the core tight, hug the legs in together, squeeze inner ankles together. We are about halfway done with this workout. You've got this. Next up, slow bicycles. Yes, we're going slow. Interlock your hands behind your head. Pull your shoulders up off the floor. Squeeze your belly in, push your back to the mat, and then bend left knee to right elbow. Switch sides, right knee to left elbow. Go as slow as you can, keeping the back on the mat the whole time, shoulders off the mat the whole time. When you extend your leg, keep it as low as possible. Try to bring your elbow to your knees rather than your knees to your elbows. Whew. Next up, hip lifts. Hands to the mat, right beside the hips. Straighten the legs. Again, really press the low back down into the mat. No gaps. Now we're just going to lift the hips. Little baby lifts here. You don't have a lot of range of motion. Just like you're trying to slide a little piece of paper underneath the sacrum. Again, palms can flip up if you're noticing you're cheating a little bit by pressing into the mat. We want to only be using the core here. You can bend the knees a little bit. You can also have the toes pointed or flexed. It's up to you. I kind of am doing somewhere in between here because that's how I get the most activation in my legs, which makes it easier to lift. So in this hip lift, we're working the lower abs. Next up, we have roll-ins, and this really works the upper abs, the ribs. So for this one, we're going to roll the hips up, and then on the exhale, extend the legs forward. Keep exhaling, lift the hips up. Inhale, extend forward, and then exhale, roll in and lift up. And again, you can modify how low you're kicking the legs out here. Never letting the low back come off the mat when the legs are extended out. Keep the core in tight. Contracting belly to spine. Knit the front ribs together. Just a couple more after this. Feel the burn. Woo! Leg lowers to opens are next. We'll stay on our back for this one. Maybe give it a little wiggle out. Hands beside the hips, straighten the legs and lower. Open, lift, and lower. Open, lift, and lower. So we're taking this little open and close with the legs here at the bottom and then lifting them back up. I like my head up off the mat here. It helps me keep my low back on the ground as my legs go lower. I'm pretty tired here too. So as I tire out, I just need a little something extra to keep my low back on the mat. And the lift of the head really helps. So you can give it a try if you're feeling fatigued. And over time, you'll build up enough strength to where maybe you keep your head on the mat the whole time. If your neck is tired, you can also release your head to the ground. Give it a little hug in. We have just one more. Flutter kicks. Extend your legs out and kick up and down. And begin. I'm lifting my head up off the mat here too. My legs are up pretty high because my core is on fire right here. It doesn't matter how low your legs are, though. It matters how much you're feeling this in your abs. The longer we spend contracting the abs, the more benefit we're going to get from this. And so keep it up, stay with the breath. If you have to lift the legs up a little higher, do that, but keep going. We just have a few more seconds here. You've got this. Keep the legs straight. Beautiful. Well done. Roll it up. Give yourself a pat on the back. Stretch out the abdominals, and I'll see you next time. Well done, my friends. Hello.